What's going on, team? We're gonna go ahead and get started here in a few seconds. Gonna give everybody a few seconds here to join, and then we're gonna get started. Hey, leave me alone. All right. Let me pull up the chat. I don't even have that open here. For the new people who are joining, make sure you guys join our Discord. If you guys have any questions, you guys could always be in the Discord, ask questions. In the chat as well, ask questions in chat. If you're too shy, you don't want to ask questions publicly, you could always message us. Message me privately in Discord, message me privately on Instagram or Twitter X. Alright. So today, all the pairs we're gonna go over the daily time frame, we're gonna go over the 4-hour time frame, we're gonna update the 30-minute time frame. We're just gonna see exactly where we're at in the pattern, what we're looking for, what entries we want to look for this upcoming week. 30 more seconds and we'll go ahead and get started. Oh man. Alright, so let's start off with AU. Right, AU first and foremost, let's go to the daily time frame. Where are we? A2. We're in the same spot that we were in since last week. We're at the top of the internal time frames consolidation, right? But externally, market makers pattern, we're in A2. Right? We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that push to give us this new low at the bottom. Right? At the moment, we're at the bottom of consolidation. We have 3 months of no net, no continuations in the months. In the 4-hour, here's what we can see where price is just moving sideways. Right, we had lower low, lower low, and then price had this high, rejected the highs, went back to these lows, rejected these lows, went back here, it went back to the middle point, right? Went up to the top, rejected these highs, went back to the lows, rejected these lows, went back to the top, rejected these highs to where we're at now. We had 2 weeks of counter rise. This third week, price did ended up giving us a new high and then push down. But because that's a counter rise, I'm not gonna mark it as a rise drop. I'm just gonna mark it as a drop. Right, so am I expecting a 4th week variation where we're going to see another high? I'm not expecting it. Could it happen? Absolutely. Going into the 30-minute time frame, we can see that pretty much all week price failed to break these lows down here. Right, so price rejected the 4-hour highs, gave us a nice 30-minute zone entry to go right back down to SDP to the lows. Once we got to these lows, price rejected, then went right back to the top. So based on where we're at now, right, we know that we were trading internally between these lows, right? These lows broke, so we knew we were trading between these lows and these highs. Notice how price went to these lows, rejected the lows, consolidated, broke above, went to the highs, rejected the highs, went down, tapped into them one more time, and gave us an engulfing candle going short. So this is how price finished at the end of the week. Based on where we're at in the overall pattern, based on where we're at in the 30-minute and the 4-hour and the daily time frame, now that we know that we had 2 weeks of rise and we had the third week give us a new high, but we're not expecting that 4th week variation again because we are counter trending to the top side. This is where we start putting the pieces of the puzzle together, right? Why wouldn't we be expecting that 4th week variation to give us another high? Because again, that's moving counter against the trend. At the end of the week, which was Friday, end of the day, it gave us a nice engulfing candle with a retest, and we could see how price already gave us that engulfing candle going short. So for the people who took this trade on Friday that we were pretty much I was talking about, this is what we want to look for. We want to look for an engulfing candle here at the top of the zone to then look for an entry. So If you were still on the charts at 3:30, right, from 2 to 3:30, and you took this entry and you're holding it pretty much during the weekend, it's not a bad trade. We understand that we have clean traffic on the left hand side. Price could go right back down, right? So how would the position look? You'd have a short right on the retest, stop loss up here at the top of the zone, 13 pips. There's two things you'd be looking for. STP, I'd be looking at STP based on the high from Friday at 39 pips. So it'd be a small position like this. Nothing too crazy. The top of the zone. Could we go back and just start trading from the top of the zone to the bottom of the zone? Start looking at a TP down here? Absolutely. Or a TP down here, of course. Could happen. The fact that price is still trending above the EMAs, everything is still internally kind of giving us this small higher high and higher low. Understanding that we have this 30-minute high up here and these 30-minute lows down here, we could be expecting price to want to reach these 30-minute lows. Now, could price completely turn around at the bottom of the zone consolidation like we were talking about in the overall daily time frame? Could price give us that rejection of going short and then give us that break above? It could happen. So we just got to be patient, obviously, right? When markets open Sunday, Monday, we're going to let price do what it has to do, right? The good thing about what price did at the end of Friday going into the new week is markets are going to open Sunday at 5 p.m. If we see that AU just starts shooting back up to the top side and disrespects this 30-minute zone, then perfect. We already know that price isn't ready to start moving down, and we'll just have to let price move. But if price opens on Sunday and we see that the chart is already and this pair is already giving us the downtrend moves, then we know we're gonna have to wait for another opportunity to enter and wait for a continuation for the rest of the week. So we know that we had a 4-hour green candle. Gave us a day of drop. Sorry about that. I drink some water, man. So nothing really to update here. We're still trading between the same 4-hour highs, 4-hour lows. Still trading between the same 30-minute highs, 30-minute lows. We're kind of just still waiting for the same thing. Waiting for that external change of character, break of structure to then give us the entries to continue to go short. EA going into the daily time frame. V2, we're at the bottom of consolidation. This is perfect. Right? We're looking for that safety trade at the bottom of the zone to go long. We have 2 months of counter drop. This month being the third month gave us that new low already, and this is where price is starting to make up its mind. Does it want to continue to go short? Does it want to start going long? Does it want to give us the push to the top side? Understanding that we're still trading between this daily high and this 4-hour high and this daily low and this 4-hour low. So when we're looking at the overall market structure, we're still in the middle of the zones, still in the middle of the daily and 4-hour high, daily and 4-hour low. So we're gonna have to wait that out a little bit in the internal time frame to see if price is gonna start turning around. 4-hour, we could still see lower low, lower high internally, right? So where we're at now, lower low. We have 2 weeks of drop, again counter drop. It's going against the trend. This week being the third week, price gave us a new low, gave us an engulfing candle at the low, and stayed up at the top. Now, could we be expecting price here in the 30-minute now that we can see where structure's at? Could we be expecting price to give us a pullback into this zone, and then this is where price is going to make a decision on whether or not price wants to retest the zone and continue to go up, or if price wants to break these lows to continue this push to the bottom side? This is what we're going to be waiting for. At the moment, we know that we're still trading between this 30-minute high that price hasn't tapped into yet. These 30-minute lows that we saw price tap into went to the bottom, went back to the top, tapped again, and started drifting away from it. Give me 1 second, guys. So we know that in the 30-minute time frame, we're still trading between these lows and these highs. So If price at this moment, we're still making these lower lows and lower highs. We can see how price is rejecting and really go to the top side. So am I expecting price to go up this week? I'm really not. What I could really see is price wanting to reach these 4 hour this 4 hour engulfing candle. Once we reach these 4 hour engulfings, then that's when we'll see price make a decision. Right? We'll see price go into the zone and then go into the direction that we want it to go to. Not what it's doing here where we tap into the zone, price starts drifting away and comes right back down. Comes back down, drifts away, and then comes right back down and is still just chilling down here. Right? We know we're in the right entry zone. We know we're in the good spot to look for an entry. Right? Whenever price taps into a zone that we're looking at and it starts going away without coming back. And it continues to higher high and higher low. Right? But the fact that we had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, we're not in a trend. Right now, price is just consolidating, collecting contracts, making everybody believe that these smaller higher highs and higher lows are going to be where price is going to continue to go up. And then it gives you lower high, lower low. Right? Once you get these lower lows, this is where a lot of people, oh shit, price is going to turn back around. They start looking for shorts. So again, whenever price is moving sideways, whenever price isn't giving you a trend, that's when the market makers are just collecting contracts, collecting contracts, collecting contracts, right? Making you enter a trade, hitting your stop losses. Enter a trade again, hitting stop losses. Enter a trade again, hitting stop loss. Just getting faked out, right? So this is what we want to avoid when we step up into the chart. Being able to identify when the market is trending and when the market is consolidating, it allows you to get into those trades that you know are going to be the ones that are going to pay out. EuroCAD, daily time frame. We are in A1. I'm sorry, V1. We're looking for price to go up. We're in the second zone of consolidation at the top of the zone. Again, not the best place to look for a trade. When we're in a consolidating zone, again, we explain this every single stream, but we'll go over it again. When we're consolidating, right, price is consolidating. Do you want to look for buys at the top of the zone, or do you want to look for buys at the bottom of the zone? Vice versa. Do you want to look for sells at the bottom of the zone, or do you want to look for sells at the top of the zone? When do you want to start looking for buys in the top of consolidation? Only when you have a clean break of structure of the zone with a retest. Once you get that retest after the break of the zone, that's when you know you're going to get price to go up. And vice versa going short. The only place you want to look for sells when you're at the bottom of the zone is when price breaks, retests. This is when you want to get in to go short. Right? So we know that we're still trading in this zone of consolidation, and we know that we're trading between this daily high up here and these daily lows down here. So go back and we have a month of rise, which is good. It's perfect, exactly what we want to see. In the 4 hour, we can see how price is just moving sideways. In this zone, we're at the top of the zone. From the bottom of the zone, we're at the top. So not only are we in the external, at the high of the external consolidation, but internally we're also at the top again. We had a week of rise last week, or the week previous, and then this past week that just happened, price gave us pretty close to where price opened. We're about 10 pips, not even 7 pips from it being a no net. So we're gonna mark it as a drop either way. For now, if we need to update it going into next week, then we'll do that. These lines that I had here were pretty much the indication that we were talking about. If price at the end of the week, which we could see it didn't do, if price would have closed above this candle, we would have known, okay, we have 2 weeks of rise. We had a pullback at the end of last week. We're expecting price Sunday going into Monday, right? Going into this new week, we're expecting price to give us a new high. But the fact that price closed below gave us a month of drop, or I'm sorry, a week of drop. We're not expecting that third week rise anymore. Could it still happen and follow the higher high, higher low, higher high? Absolutely. Because everything that price is doing right now, if we start marking it, we had low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So either way, we know that we're looking for price to give us that higher low. But now instead of getting a clean, oh, we know this is a pullback at the end of the week, we're going to look for an entry somewhere here to go long. Right now, we just got to look for, okay, where's price going to pull back to? Can we catch that pullback? Once we catch that pullback, could we look for that entry to go long? So going into the 30-minute time frame, again, we know we had price making higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price kind of just moving sideways here and then pushed right back down with that news that we had for CAD. So let's delete this, get this shit out of the way. We have a day of drop, no continuations. We have a change of character, which gave us this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows. So we still got to wait it out, right? What do we want to see when we want to look for price to go up? We want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. So at this moment, what are we looking at? Still lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. So EuroCAD, once price gets into this zone down here, this is where price is going to make a decision, right? We're either going to retest to continue the push to the top side, or we're going to break to continue this push to the bottom. Euro USD daily time frame. We are looking for price to go up. We're in V1, bottom of consolidation. We're looking for that safety trade. The bottom of consolidation is where we want to start looking for price to go up. So we know that we had 3 months of no net. So again, really nothing nothing to update here. We know that we're still trading between this daily high and this daily low. Going into the 4 hour, we could still see price higher high, higher low, higher high, then price gave us lower low, lower high, lower low. So we know that we're still trading now between this high and this low. And this high to this low. We had 2 weeks of rise, this week being the 3rd week. Did we get the new high? No. Oh, good. Price gave us a no net instead. Price just moving sideways. So we have no continuations. We have the 800 EMA, which we know. And again, why didn't price give us that 3rd week? Because we're still making lower lows and lower highs. Right now, we're still trading against the trend. Yes, overall market makers pattern, we're going in an uptrend. Understanding that price still hasn't turned around once we reach the bottom of the zone consolidation. Price is still making lower lows and lower highs. We already knew, okay. Understanding that again, we're still trading between these daily lows and these daily highs. Could price still go back down and go into these lows here, and then this is where price is going to turn back around, or it's going to continue to go down, which is very unlikely for price to continue to go down. Could it happen? Of course. Anything could happen. But this is why we wait for our rules. In the daily time frame, this isn't a strong engulfing candle, so we're not gonna mess with that one. Right, and in the 30-minute again, we know that we're trading between where price, you can see how candles are just giving crazy wicks to the top, goes back down to the bottom, crazy moves to the top, goes back down to the bottom, right? And it's just more of, these candles are candles that are just taking traders out, right? At one point, if you're trading going short here, you think you're in a good position, then this candle opens, hits your stop loss, goes right back down to the bottom to go right back to the top, to go right back to the bottom, and does the same thing the next day. If you're in any of these trades going short, this one candle hits your stop loss, goes back down to the bottom, and go right back to the top, right? That's again, the market makers are just collecting contracts. And again, if we just start looking at what zones we're trading in, we're in a little zone of consolidation, right? So hold on, why that's what's gonna really piss me off, is the ads on the app looks really good, by the way, for trading. We were talking about this yesterday. The PC version of the app looks really good, not gonna lie, and it's a lot smoother than the web browser. So we know that we had high, low, and this is where price gave us a higher high, and we're still trading between this low and this high. So currently we still just gotta wait. We don't have any continuations, we don't have any no movement telling us that price is going to continue to push to the top side. Vice versa, still telling us price is going to go down. right? Failed to break these highs, gave us an engulfing red candle, went back to the zone, and we're still just kind of consolidating between these zones. So EU, we're gonna wait it out. We're gonna see what price gives us this week. See if we could catch a trade. If price starts turning around, then we know exactly what we gotta look for. GCAD, this is a beautiful, beautiful pair to go over for this week. So I know we went over this on Friday, but we'll do it again. Right, so GCAD, we are in V1 again at the top of the zone, not the best place to look for a trade. Why? At the top of the zone of consolidation. Once again, price is consolidating. Do you want to look for buys at the top of the zone, or do you want to look for buys at the bottom of the zone? Are you looking for buys at the top of the zone, or are you looking for buys at the bottom of the zone? Forex one-on-one. This is not even Forex one-on-one, just trading in general with stocks. What does everybody say? Sell high, buy lows. It's the same analogy. It's the exact same analogy. There's no science behind it. It's just that's how the market moves. If you're at the top of the market, you already know price is gonna have to come down. So at the top of the zone, this is where the market makers are gonna be collecting contracts. Right? They're gonna make everybody believe, oh, at one point we rejected the highs, we're gonna go low, and we're gonna continue to go low. Oh, we're going back up, we're gonna continue to go to the top side, and then it just goes right back down. Right? So in the 4-hour time frame, we have 2 weeks of rise. But where are we having these 2 weeks of rise? The same as the last pair that we went over. Yeah, it's cool, we have 2 weeks of rise, but these 2 weeks of rise happened at the top of the zone. Right? At the top of this zone of consolidation. So we weren't really expecting a third week. So let's zoom in. Let's see, did price give us a new high? We had price here. Let's actually add this. Make it easy for us. Did price give us a new high? Let's zoom in. Technically with the wick, it did give us a new high. So because we are in an uptrend, I'm going to mark this as a rise drop. And I hate having so many drawings on here, so I'm gonna start deleting. Give me 1 second. And we'll redraw everything else. Okay. Man, so much cleaner, right? So, could we be expecting a 4th week variation to go to the top side? Based on where we're at, I wouldn't be expecting it. We're still making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We had 3 days where price is just moving sideways, then gave us a day of drop, and then price again gave us another day of no net. We have no continuations, we have no breaks. Price is still just making lower lows and lower highs. Right? Outside of everything else. Let's talk about on Friday, we had somebody in our chat who was looking for this to go long. Right? And it was after we had this break of this zone here, which is what we had drawn out, and I just deleted it, but it's all good. Right? Before you look for an entry going either way, whether you're looking for longs or you're looking for shorts, again, what do you want to make sure that price is doing? If you want to look for longs, you want to make sure that you're making higher highs and higher lows. Right? If you're looking for shorts, you want to make sure that price is giving you lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. So let's start drawing this out. We had a high, we had a low. We had a lower high, we had a lower low. Right? Simple, that's it. Once we already see lower low, lower high, lower low. Oh, but price consolidated and it broke above the top of consolidation. Perfect. That's okay. What do we know about market structure? We have 3 different type of patterns. What are they? We have a type 1 pattern going short, which is consolidation, break, double top to give push 1, push 2, push 3 to the bottom. Is that what price did here? It did exactly that. Consolidation, break, double bottom to go straight back to the bottom. 200 EMA, stop punt high, hit the Mayo. That shit is fucking printed right here on the chart. Stop punt high, hit the Mayo, go right back down to the bottom. Going against the trend. right? Price never gave us higher high and higher low. Now, let's talk about why, or let's talk about what this would look like for price to work out. If price, again, price was doing this: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then it consolidated, and then it broke, right? This is what price did, and then it did what? Went right back down. This is what price did here, right? All of this here, lower low, I'll mark it here. I'll put the circle so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, right? Lower high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Price went down, gave us consolidation, went back to the top, right? Lower high to make lower low. This is all price did. Now, if price would have been making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, consolidation, right? And price would have broken these highs, then yeah, we would be looking for price to continue to go to the top side. No doubt. But that's not what price did here. So this is why these trades here, yes, this is, again, and I'm gonna name drop because I have to, right? Smart money concepts, they teach this. They teach, oh, consolidation. If you break the highs of consolidation, we're gonna continue to go high. If we break the lows of consolidation, we're gonna continue to go low. It's the same thing that we talked about since Monday. Same thing we've been talking about since we started doing these live streams, right? Without market structure, if you're gonna just be trading candlestick patterns and candlestick analysis, if you're just trading that without market structure, without being able to see, okay, is price giving you higher highs or higher lows, you're going to win. But understand that you're going to win 4 out of 10 trades, maybe 5 out of 10 trades. And at that point, the only thing that's gonna save you from being profitable is your risk to reward. That's it. If that's how you feel comfortable trading, where you're losing 90% of your trades but you're still profitable because you have a good risk management, then yeah, perfect. That's gonna work out for you, I guess, right? If that's the type of trading you want to do. But understanding that you have to be able to see where the market is moving, how it's flowing, in order to not get into these trades that are going to stop you out. They're going to stop you out. You have to know how to look at market structure. That's the number one thing that we try to help you guys see. It's just market structure. It's always the same thing. It's always just higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs, right? So this is why these trades on GCAD on Friday just didn't work out, and we knew exactly what we were looking for. So GCAD, we already know going into next week, we still want to see that market shift. We want to see that change of character. We want to see higher highs and higher lows. Until we don't get that, again, we are at the top of consolidation. I'm not looking for a trade up here, right? The same thing on EU. I'm sorry, not EU. What pair was it? ECAD, sorry. Same thing as ECAD, right? AU, same thing, just opposite. We're looking for shorts. Do we want to look for shorts at the bottom of consolidation, or do we want to look for shorts at the top of consolidation? Once we start looking for those shorts at the bottom of consolidation, when do we want to see it? When price is making lower lows and lower highs. What are we currently still making? Higher highs and higher lows. So not only are we at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, not only is price still making higher highs, higher lows, but you guys are still looking for shorts? How? Make that make sense to me, please. Somebody message me later today and let me know how that makes sense. Draw it out for me. How do shorts make sense when you're making higher highs and higher lows still? It doesn't make sense. It won't ever make sense. That's why you see a lot of people losing these trades, right? So let's keep going. GJ, peak high territory going into the daily time frame. We know that we're in peak high territory. So market structure is the only thing that I'm going to be following. Right, at this moment, we know that we're trading between these daily and 4-hour highs, these daily and 4-hour lows, still making higher highs and higher lows. So again, I'm not going to be looking for shorts until when? Until I see lower lows and lower highs. What do we have still? We have higher high, higher low, price consolidated. After it consolidated, it broke. After the break, what did it do? It came back down, it retested. And what did it do? It started going right back to the top side. So notice how different GCAD and GJ look? Why did GJ's trades going long work out compared to why GCAD's didn't work out? If you follow the trend, you have higher highs, higher lows, yes. You had the consolidation, yes. Did you break above consolidation? Yes. Did you get the retest of consolidation still making higher highs and higher lows? Yes. That's it. When you start aligning all the rules together, it starts making sense. Everything just starts making sense. So here in the 4 hour, we know we have a week of rise. Again, no continuations. We had a week of rise last week. This week we have a week of rise. No continuations. We're still making those higher highs and higher lows. But again, we're in peak high territory. So me personally, you guys know I do not trade peak high territory at all. So yes, even though we still have this pair on, I'm going to be updating it. As you guys can see, I have this well updated. I'm just not personally going to look for a trade until we have a market shift. Right? Understanding that again, we're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. I'm not going to be looking for buys here unless something crystal clear is happening. So GJ, we're gonna pretty much still trading between higher high and higher low. We have 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, market must chop or drop, right? So we're expecting Sunday, Monday to either just give us a no net and go sideways, or we're expecting a pullback to go short. So at this point, we just gotta wait it out, see what price does, and then we'll go ahead and go from there going into this week. GU, daily time frame again. Where are we in the overall market structure? Overall market makers pattern, we're in V1. We're at the first zone of consolidation at the top of it. Okay, cool. So we already know top of consolidation in an uptrend. Do we want to look for buys or do we want to look for sells? Ultimately, sells. We're at the top of the zone unless we got a break and a retest. We know that we're trading between this daily low and these daily highs, and right now we're in the middle between the daily high and the daily low. We also have 5 months where price is just going sideways, so we know we're consolidating. Again, in consolidation in the internal time frame, we broke below the lows. How can I be looking for price to go up? Not only are we at the top of consolidation, not only did we break below the zone of consolidation, not only is price still making lower lows and lower highs, how am I going to be looking for buys when price is still making lower lows and lower highs? It doesn't make sense. Right? I'm not going to name drop anybody. You know who you are. Message me privately. That's why I'm not going to say anything. If you would have posted in the chat, I would have called you out. But you messaged me privately. So right now in the week, right, we're pretty close to the opening candle, but we do have a week of drop. We'll name it. We'll put it as a week of drop until the week starts tomorrow, and then if we gotta update it, we'll update it. Right. So 4 hour, we know that we're still trading lower low, lower high. Price broke below here, lower low. So we're trading between this 4 hour low and this 4 hour high. Right now we're just kind of in the middle, right? We're more below the bottom of it than the middle, but still got to make a decision on where price wants to go. What direction does price want to go to? Internally, we had lower low, price consolidated, broke down to the bottom, then went back to the top, higher high, higher low, and price again here is just consolidating. Right? These higher highs here is not really a valid higher high. Why? Because it was just one green candle that broke above the zone. All the other candles left a crazy wick here at the top, went right back down to the bottom. Right? And then what did it do? It gave us a change of character, right back to the low. But again, this change of character, this break, is just one red candle. This isn't a break of structure. This is a testing candle. This candle is just testing and sweeping the lows. The same way this candle swept the highs. Make everybody believe, oh, this is a huge green candle, it's strong buys, and then it starts shorting. Same thing here. Oh, this is a huge red candle, it broke below, right? For the people who don't know what a break of structure is, and then make everybody believe that this is where price is gonna go short, and then it goes right back to the top. And we know that we have a day of no net here, so we have no continuations. Price again is just moving sideways. If we get higher highs and higher lows into the zone with an engulfing candle, then we know we could take these trades back to the top of the zone. If not, I'd be expecting price to go back down to these lows, and at these lows we'll make a decision. Is price gonna respect the zone and go up, or is price gonna disrespect, break, and go back short? That's all we're looking for. And at this moment, again, we have no continuations, so we're not gonna have an aggressive entry going into next week. We're almost done here, guys. If you guys have any questions, again, any pairs you guys want me to go over, whether or not they're on our list, let me know. If not, once we finish here, we'll be done for the week, and for the weekend, and then we'll be back on Monday morning, 6 a.m. for the live trading session. So US 30, again, we know that US 30, just like GJ, just like gold, we're in peak high territory and the highest point in the market. So right now, I'm just gonna be following market structure. Right, we have a month of drop, no continuations. Weekly time frame, we have 3 weeks of rise. Perfect. We understood this last week. We were expecting that price to go up, but that's exactly what it did. Was I expecting it to go up this much? To be honest, not at all. I really was. We know price is going to come back up to cover these gaps. We already knew that was the play. Once price left these gaps up here, gave us a fake double top, make everybody believe that price was going to continue to go down and follow lower lows and lower highs. And then what ended up happening? Price shifted, gave us higher high and higher low. Right? Took all these traders out who were looking for shorts, and it still faked everybody out. Right? We have price up here. When price reached here, everybody thought this is where price was going to come back down. Faked everybody out. Everybody thought this is where price is going to go down, and it just kept doing that. Once we go into the lower time frame now, going into the 30-minute, right? For the last 7 days, everybody was, oh shit, price is going to start turning around. It goes right back to the top. Goes back to the top. Oh, this is where price is going to turn around. Go right back down. It goes right back to the top. Right, but just following market structure where price is still again making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high to where we're at now. We have 3 days of rise. On the third day, let's see what price gave us. It gave us a nice clean day of rise. So am I expecting another day of rise? No, I'm expecting either a no net or a day of drop. But I'm still expecting price to give me the pushes to the top side to cover these gaps here at the top of the market. Now, because we have 3 weeks of rise, I'm not expecting another week of rise this week. Let's internalize real quick how these candles open, right? Because we understand that if we have a gap in the market, it resets the trend. So we have a gap on the first week of rise, which is fine. It's the first week. On the second week, we also have a gap. On the third week, we also have a gap. So what does that tell me? Okay. Yes, we have 3 weeks of rise, but because of these gaps, because it resets the trend, could price continue to push to the top side? Absolutely. So what am I going to be looking for? Before I even enter a trade, going long to continue this push to the top side, which personally I would not be doing. I'll be the first one to say it. The only way I'll take a trade going long is if I get, again, beautiful structure, like everything has to align. Everything has to align. Not only do I want to see the bounces off the 50 EMA, not only would I want to see a 50% retracement off the fib, not only would I like to see an engulfing candle. Those are already 3 different confluences for my entries that all of them have to align for me to enter a trade. The last set of rules that I would like to see is what we've been following all week, which is, okay, are we getting a type 1, type 2, or type 3 pattern? That's it. Is as simple as that. Once we get all of those rules aligning, then I'll start taking those trades. So for US 30, we're going to have to wait it out, right? We see how it ended off the week, making everybody believe that this is where price was going to continue to go down. It didn't even hit STP, but understood that on Friday, the amount of pips that US 30 moved in a week, right? The weekly ADR, which is 1,056 pips, it was already hit. We already did 1,000 pips for the week. So this is where we have to use our thinking caps, right? Be a little bit, as a trader, you gotta not be delusional. If the market already gave you, right? We have the numbers in front of us, number one. If you know the market is gonna move 100 pips in a week, and because of news, whatever, at the end of the week on Friday, it did 130 pips. You really think that, let's say, for the sake of the conversation, right? STP on US 30 was 307 pips. We already did 2,000 pips for the week out of the 1,000 that we have. You really think price is going to give you STP for the day? You really think price is going to give you ADR for the day? On a Friday at the end of the week when price already did what it had to do for the rest of the week? Once you see that, once you understand that about the market, again, you'll be able to just let fucking price do what it has to do, and that's it. You come back next week. It's as easy as that. It's as simple as that, guys. There's no more to it. There's nothing less to it. All the tools you need to be a trader, to be an efficient trader, is right in front of you. Now it's just about putting the pieces together. Collecting the rules, collecting what you have to do, putting the pieces together. You have a blueprint. You have your rules. You have your trading journal. What more do you need? If you make a set of rules for yourself, again, if you treat trading, most of you guys know there's algorithm trading. There's people who trade with a bot, they make a bot, and they give the bot a rule. The rules stand, right? We'll give an example. Again, if this happens and this happens, the bot's going to enter the trade. And every single time that happens on the chart, the robot is going to enter the trade. If you start treating yourself, if you start treating the market the same way a robot would, if you create your own system and you start already in your brain, you start telling yourself, if this happens and this happens, then this happens. The same way you would do it as a coder. Where when you're coding something, if this happens, then this happens. If this happens, then this happens. You gotta be able to program yourself to be able to enter a trade. And anytime you enter a trade, if you can't explain the reason why you entered the trade, number one, that's already you're done for. Because you don't know why you entered the trade. Right? If you enter a trade and every single time you enter a trade, it's just something completely different, you're also already losing. You have no clue why you entered. You just entered because you felt like you wanted to enter. And if that's the way you're going to be trading, call it. I'll be the first one to say it, call it quits. There's no helping you on that case. Just call it quits. What else are you going to do? If you can't follow your own rules, you yourself, if you wake up in the morning and you say, I'm going to make my bed, and you don't make your bed, you already lost. If you wake up, you started the new year. Let's keep it simple. We're 5 months into the new year's. How many people had resolutions to go to the gym? Who hasn't done it yet? You're 5 months into the month. Just quit already. Quit. You're not going to do it anymore. You're 5 months into the year. You're going to wait for next year. You're going to wait for the New Year's resolution to go and fucking do it again. Oh, New Year's resolution is to go to the gym. You're not going to do it. You know you're not going to do it. Stop lying to yourself. You're just damaging yourself more than helping. The same thing in trading. You have a fucking rule set in front of you. You're supposed to, as a trader, you're supposed to have a trading journal. You have your rules. And you're gonna mean to tell me that every single time you step into the chart, instead of being like, yo, this is the day where I'm gonna follow my rules, you just keep disrespecting yourself by entering a bullshit trade every single time you trade? Come on now. So, USD CAD, let's keep going. We're almost done here. I had to go on that little rant because I don't know. Like sometimes, you guys know me. If the people who know me personally, IRL, they'll know that this is who I am. I really am like that. The people who don't know me and like was more online, be like, damn, this guy's kind of going crazy. Nah, I'm an asshole sometimes, and I can be. The problem is that shit, it bothers me. It gets me hot. I don't like that. That's old me. Old me, I'd get furious. I'd be fucking sweating. I am right now. That's why I'm saying it. Right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, if the, what people would say, right? The soft parenting. If the soft parenting isn't working, what other option do I have? I have to talk like this. And I know a lot of people don't. But again, I also have to understand that, or not even I have to understand, I understand that trading isn't for the weak. So if you can't take constructive criticism, which is what this is, and you get butthurt over the facts of what you're doing wrong, you're just not going to make it in trading. This isn't for you. This isn't for you. Because again, if you can't do something simple, which is just following your rules, what else are you going to do? If you can't follow your own rules in trading, you're done for. That's it. There's nothing more, nothing less to it. So, sometimes I have to say it how it is. For some people, they need somebody like that in their life where they're like, no, you're doing some stupid shit, and then that's what's gonna click it. That's what's gonna make it click for them to be like, all right, no, like I really gotta start turning up, do something different. For other people, it's gonna be a point where, oh, I'm just gonna quit because this too difficult. All right, good luck. You know what I mean? So USD CAD V2, we're at the top of consolidation again. We have this drawing in comparison to where we're at in the drawing. Where are we? This top of the zone is here. This bottom of the zone is here. And what are we looking for? We're looking for this, which is this, right? At the top of the zone, again, we'll draw this out the same way we've been doing the last 17 times. You're in consolidation. Do you want to look for buys at the top of the zone, or are you looking for buys at the bottom of the zone? Are you looking for buys at the top of the zone, or are you looking for buys at the bottom of the zone? Are you looking for buys here? Or are you looking for buys here? Are you looking for buys here? Or are you looking for buys here at the bottom of the zone? Right? So look at how many times, 1, 2, 3, 4 different times that price rejected these highs and went right back down to the bottom. Right? So with that being said, we also know that we have 3 months of rise on the third month from the bottom to the top. On the third month, we had a rise no net, so we are already understood that last month, we were expecting price to give us that fourth month variation where we go back up to the top side. Perfect. Gave us a beautiful move. Going into the 4 hour, we could see that also, right? Where were we? We were trading between higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high at the top of the zone, and then price gave us what? Lower low, lower high, lower low. At the lower low, which is again the beginning of that trend that we saw in the 4 hour time frame where price was going up, we already know that after a lower low, we're expecting a lower high. We're expecting these pullbacks. So beautiful. If you caught these trends to the top side, that pullback, beautiful. Price then consolidated, broke up to the top, went right back to the high of the day, right, which was that 4th week variation that we had. Going into this week, we weren't expecting price to go up anymore. What were we expecting? Either a no net or a drop. After 3 weeks of rise, after 3 weeks of drop, after 3 weeks of rise, market must chop or drop. After 3 weeks of drop, market must rise or drop. Same thing in the months, same thing in the days. After 3 days of rise, market must chop or drop. After 3 days of drop, market must rise or chop. So then here, what the price gave us? Gave us a little, it's close to the opening candle, 5 pips. I want to say it's a no net. We're below it still. Could be a drop. Either way, we're going to keep this like this until, well, it doesn't matter. We'll keep it a no net because it won't be a rise. So we won't have 2 weeks of rise. So I'll keep it as a no net since we're so close. Right? And we know that we're still trading between these 4 hour lows down here and these 4 hour highs. So still making lower lows and lower highs. 30-minute time frame, we could see that. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Change of character, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then price did what? Change of character, higher high, lower low, lower high. That's where we're at now. So still in the 30-minute, we're trading between this 30-minute high, these 30-minute lows. We have a day of drop, which was on Thursday. On Friday, it gave us, it looks like we're below it, but again, we're 2 pips away from it being a no net. So we're going to, we're gonna mark it as a no net because we are super close to where we need to be at. So we'll call this a no net for now. If we gotta update it on Sunday going into Monday, we'll do that. Gold and the Bitcoin's the last one, guys. Gold again, just like GJ and US 30, we're in peak high territory. We have 2 months of rise this month. I am expecting that 3rd month variation, which we could see that price already started doing that. I wasn't expecting price this week to move as much as it did, and we'll go over that. We have 2 weeks of rise, or 2 weeks of drop, again counter drop, not expecting the 3rd week, which we didn't get. He ended up getting a weaker rise instead, which is perfect. We know that we're trading between this 4-hour low and this 4-hour high. I wasn't expecting price the last 2 days, right, Thursday and Friday, to move as much as it did. But it's good because it sets us up for this upcoming week. We have 2 days of rise, so we already know Sunday going into Monday we're expecting that third day. Not only that, this is where I start putting again all the pieces of the puzzle together. All the pieces. And I mean, when I mean all the pieces, I mean all the pieces of the puzzle together. What are we looking for in peak high territory? Peak high territory is technically level 3 rise. We're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA. Perfect. We have 2 days of rise looking for the third day. Perfect. Not only that, we had a zone of consolidation here. Or we have 3 months of rise. We're expecting that third month. So understanding that, okay, we have this zone of consolidation where price broke, gave us a nice little retest, and it continued to go up. What does this also look like? This is why I have the fib out. This also looks like it could be a flag post pattern. For this to be a valid flag post pattern, what do I want to see? I want to see price first of all, give us these imbalanced candles to the top side, right? Just clean movement to the top with no real pullbacks, just clean movement to the top, and then I want to see price give me a pullback between 23.6 and 38.2. Right? Understanding that gold is a big pair, I want to see that in the hour time frame, which we could see that. Now, I drew this line here so we could put it in confluence with the 50 EMA. Now that we know everything is lining up, we already know Sunday going into Monday. If we see an engulfing candle somewhere here, and again, I'll draw it out. What's an engulfing candle? What does it look like? Perfect. We'll draw it out. It's all good. What do I want to see? Somewhere here in the 38.2 to 23.6 retracement, I want to see price give me a green engulfing candle, which is going to look like this. We have a red. We have another red candle that closes below the first. And then we have a green candle, the engulfing green candle that closes above the first, right? This, we want to see the retest, right? All the candles need to have the wick, and we want to see the retest of this zone here, right? And then if price gives us another red candle here, gives us the retest, to then continue the push to the top side. This is what we want to see happen somewhere in this zone. If we could get that engulfing candle, if we could get price to bounce off the 50 EMA, if we could get price to stay between 23.6 and 38.2, if all of those rules start aligning, we already know we have an entry to go back up to this high over here. And that's what we're waiting for. That's exactly what we'll be waiting for on gold. It's as simple as that. Right? And then Bitcoin, last one, beautiful. Right? We knew that we know, daily time frame, we are currently in the top of where our level 3 is at. So there's Bitcoin is one of those pairs that obviously is not gonna have a crazy pattern, since it's something relatively new, so something that started moving relatively, recent. We didn't really start getting real market structure on Bitcoin till 2020, right? As we could see, price here 2015 is just really no candles, nothing really, is just price moving on up. It wasn't until 2020 that price really started giving us nice market structure, right? So to where we're at now, bottom of consolidation, right? We're at the lowest. We had double top, push 1, push 2, push 3. First zone consolidation above the 800, second zone below, right? Going up to the top side, again, peak low territory. First zone consolidation should be under or on the 800 EMA, and we're on it. Once we broke above it, we continue to go up. Second zone consolidation should be above the 800. Right, when we start putting all the rules together too, for level 1 we want to see the 5 and the 15 cross over the 50. Did we get that? Yes. For level 2 we want to see the 50 cross over the 200. Did we get that? Yes, it happened here and it stayed above. For level 3 we wanted to see the 200 cross the 800 and stay above. Did we get that? Yes. Not only that, we know we are in peak high territory. when all the EMAs start fanning out together, when they start fanning out, when they start getting further away from each other, we know that we are in that peak high territory. So, with that being said, here in peak high, could price continue to go up the same way US 30 is doing? Absolutely. The same way GJ is doing? Absolutely. So all the people saying, "Oh, Bitcoin is gonna go up to fucking $1 million," it's not fucking gonna go up to 1 million, but it's definitely gonna go higher. Could it go higher? Let's say it like that. Could it definitely go higher? Of course. And that's all going to be shown in the lower time frames. Why? The lower time frame, we could see we had higher high, higher low, higher high, and prices consolidated, gave us a change of character. If price decides to give us a break of structure after the change of character going short, then okay, cool. We could be expecting price to at least give us a pullback, right? To go short, to continue to go down. If price rejects these lows and starts going up, then we know price is going to want to continue to go up. So that's pretty much the same. It's in the same boat as US 30, right? US 30 is in a situation where, yeah, we could see it's still making higher highs and higher lows, but we could also see that we're in the highest point in the market, right? Could we be expecting price to go short and to start making the downtrend pattern? Of course. But could price continue to go up? Yes. So as long as we're following market structure, that's all that matters. The weekly time frame, I can't update it yet because market doesn't close till tomorrow for Bitcoin. But we have a week horizon. We can see that price is at the lows. So I'm expecting a week of drop here, no continuation. The 30-minute, we had a day of drop on Friday. And then today we can see prices just moving sideways. We had still lower low, lower high to where we're at now, lower low. So price is consolidating. So let's go over this one more time. Price is consolidating in a lower low, lower high. If price breaks above, I'm not going to be looking for it to retest to continue to go up. If price breaks above, I'm looking at this as a lower high for price to continue to go short. What is this? Stop punt high, hit the mayo to go right back down. What is that? In easy terms, is a type 1 pattern. Price consolidates, breaks, double top to continue to go short. That's what I could be expecting here on Bitcoin going short. To go where? To these 4-hour lows down here. So that's today's class, guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. I know I spazzed out for a little bit there, but it's all good. Some of you fucking deserve it. Some of you guys need to hear that. So, if you guys have any questions, I probably scared you off and you won't message me. But if you guys have any questions, you could always hit me up on Instagram again. You can hit me up on X, Twitter, Discord. You can message us just publicly in the Discord chat too. A lot of the people in the Discord are pretty much veteran traders. Not like that's. These guys have been trading since like 2015, so it's about to be 10 years. Some of them in the Discord have been trading for that time, for that amount of time. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys ever need to clarify something, you guys could always ask in the chat, in the Discord chat. They'll go ahead and help you out. Or if I'm not available, they'll help you out. But for the most part, I'll be available. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. We'll see you again on Monday, 6 a.m. for the live trading session. We'll see you later. Peace out, guys. Great session today.